So first you're going to hit Shift A, search for an icosphere with 5 subdivisions, right click and shade smooth. Then you'll want to go to your camera view and switch the focal length to about a 102. Then for the lighting in this, we're not going to be using any of the point lights or anything. We're going to just go to, make sure we go to our rendered preview, whether you want to do an EV or cycles. This material works both ways. But if you are an EV, make sure you have ambient occlusion, bloom, and screen space reflections checked. Then just go to this drop down right here and uncheck scene world, which is going to load in this HDRI that's pre-built into Blender that you will have. You can select which one. I'm going to be using this forest looking one just for a nice 3D view. Anyways, next we're going to go to the shading tab, and then we're going to hit our icosphere selected. We'll press new, and then we can call this stainless steel like this. And then if we zoom out a bit, we can see our material here. Then we'll want to make sure we go into the rendered preview as well in the 3D viewport we have set up here. And then go ahead and uncheck the scene world again and make sure we have the HDRI and set the strength to 1. And there we go, we have it all set up here as well. You can do this from your camera view, or you can do this from the 3D viewport, whichever you prefer. First, you're going to hit Shift A, search for a noise texture right here. Then you're going to want to, with this selected, you're going to want to hit Edit Preferences and enable the Node Wrangler add-on. You just search that up, check the box here, and you're good to go. Then you'll press Ctrl T, move the object into the vector. And then something different we're doing for this one is we're going to hit Shift A and search for a mapping node. We'll put this mapping node here and then put the mapping from this into the mapping here. The reason for this duplicate mapping node is just in case somebody wants to combine this stainless steel with another material without using mixed shaders. Basically, it's just a quality of life thing. I won't go too much into it now, but it makes sense. Anyways, on this mapping node, we're going to switch the X scale right here to a 0.1, as well as the Y to a 0.1. And the reason we're doing this is if we Control Shift left click this noise texture, is it's giving us this brushed effect on the noise texture, which is what we want. Next, we're going to switch the values on this noise texture to scale to an 8.5, the detail to a 16, and the roughness to a 0.75. Now, to further modify this, we're going to Shift A and add a color ramp. Then on this color ramp, we're going to take this black and we're going to move it into about a 0.3, something like this. About a 0.3, something about there, just up to contrast a bit. Then we'll move this white in as well. Something about a 0.75, something like that. Something like that, 0.773, 0.775, 0.7, something like that. Anyways, that's just up to contrast of the brush strokes. The next step is going to be, we're going to add the color first this time instead of the bump, just mixing up the process a little bit. So we'll hit Shift A, search for a color ramp. Right here. We'll plug the color from this into the factor of this color ramp. And if we Control Shift left click to preview, we have this. And then for this color on the first one, you're going to be entering this hex value, and for the color on the second, you'll be entering the other hex value you see on the screen, and I'll have arrows pointing towards both of those so you can implement those really quickly. Now that you've implemented those colors, this is what you should be having right here with this color ramp previewed. Now the next step is we're going to be hitting Shift A, and we'll add another color ramp. This is going to be for the metallic map. But before we do that, let's go ahead and plug this color into our base color of the principled shader right here. Now, if we Control Shift left click and preview this color ramp, we're going to be switching these colors a little bit too. On the black, we're going to switch the value to a 0.95. If we go to HSV, go to 0.95 on the value. Then over here on the white, is going to be a pure white all the way at 1. Basically, this is saying that it's very metallic, and there are some places where it's not quite as metallic, but it's basically all metal, essentially, is what this is saying. So we'll plug this into the metallic map. And if you Control Shift and left click on the principled shader right here, you can see what we've got going so far, and we just have to add the roughness and the bump, and then we'll be good. So to do that, we'll hit Shift A, search for another color ramp. We'll use it, put that right here. We'll take the color from the initial one and plug it into the factor in this one as well. This will be our roughness map. So if we Control Shift and left click on this color ramp, we get a preview of what is going on. So on this first one, this black, we're going to switch this value to a 0.05, which is still very black, but it's more of a dark gray. Then as white, we're going to want to switch the value on this one to a 0.4. Oop, not the position. The value to a 0.4, and the position will leave it a 1. Basically what this is saying is the material is not very rough. So if we Control Shift and left click on this, we will see that it's starting to reflect like stainless steel. But it is a little bit too smooth. Stainless steel is very smooth, but there is a bit of bump that needs to go into it. So to do that, we'll Control Shift A and search for, once again, another color ramp. Then we're going to take this color into color ramp here, and then we're going to be taking the value on this far left one, switching it to a 0.3, and then the value on the far right one will be switching to a 0.7. Like that. Then we're going to hit Shift A, search for a bump node, plug the color from the color ramp into the height. Then on this bump node, we're going to switch the strength to a 0.025. Then we're going to take the normal and plug it into the normal of the principled shader. And then when that loads, you can sort of see a little bit of bumpiness coming into the material here, but it's a little bit too uniform. So there's one small more thing that we're going to add to the bump, and then it'll be all set. So let's Shift A, search once again for a noise texture. We're going to take the vector from the second mapping node and plug it into the noise texture. Then we'll hit Shift A, and we will be searching for a color ramp. Plug the factor of the noise texture into the color ramp, preview the color ramp, and we have this. Then on this noise texture, we're going to want to switch the scale to a 250, the detail to a 16, and the roughness to a 0.85, and the distortion to a 2. Next, we're going to be taking this white color, and we're going to be switching the value on this to a 0.5. Then we'll be hitting Shift A, searching for our bump node. Then we will take the color from this color ramp into the height, and then we will be switching the strength to a 0.015. So if we preview this bump node, we can see what's going on here. And basically, what it's doing is it's adding some very fine detail into the shader without making a huge difference. So then we'll take the normal from this bump and plug it into the normal of the other bump. Control Shift left click and preview the shader. And zoom out a little bit. And here we have it. We have stainless steel. Now I'm going to show you a quick trick to turn this into a normal steel that's not stainless, and it takes one small tweak. And if we go to our roughness map here, before we change it, let's go ahead and turn this to a fake user so it never gets deleted. And then we'll go ahead and duplicate this material, and we'll just call this one steel. And then we can delete the extra digits at the end, just so that we have our stainless steel and then our normal steel. So then something we can do is we can take this value here, and we'll switch this one to a 0.3 on this, the first one on the roughness map right here on the roughness color ramp. Then we can take this one and switch it to a 0.6 value. Basically what this does is it makes it not to where it's not super reflective, and it's more like a sheet of steel rather than stainless steel. And it's still the right colors and everything, all the other bump is still accurate, all that. In fact, if you wanted to, you could even increase the bump a little bit more on some of it, not too much, that was obviously a ton. But anyways, if you want normal steel and stainless steel, you can do both of those really easily. Now you have steel and stainless steel for one tutorial. So when you're adding this material to a cube or something like that, you may notice that it's sort of messed up on the top and the bottom here. And to fix that, it's really simple. You just want to switch these coordinates from object to UV, and then only scale it on one axis. So move like the Y or the X, either one, to a 1. And then it starts to even out and flows properly on all the sides. And if you need to change up it even more, you can just UV unwrap your object and rotate the faces to where they're facing the right way. That's just a quick way to fix the material if you're having any troubles in that regard. Anyways, thank you for watching this tutorial, and hopefully you learned something, and hopefully you can go check out my other ones if you have any other material interests. So with that said, I'll see you later.